Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon is a totally fair card. You can also see summon this card by using the Galaxy Eyes Exceed material. You control adds Exceed material because you're obviously not going to be using 3 level 9s. That is not worth it at all. Cannot be used as Exceed material for an Exceed summon because it never is. When this card is Exceed summon, you can send 3 Dragon type monsters with different names from your deck to your graveyard. Your opponent banishes 3 monsters from their deck. Future Fusion is what people say. Future Fusion was a spell that did not require you to have basically 2 level 8s on the field. Future Fusion could possibly summon a 5,000 beat stick. Future Fusion could also send multiple copies of the same card. With that being said, this is the closest thing that we do have. It does say different names. Who gives a fuck? You can send Dragon, Rulers, Eclipse, Wyvern, whatever. That's not really the part that bothers me. The fact that it banishes your opponent's monsters, and it definitely punishes opponents that don't play a whole lot of monsters, because certain decks don't need to play a whole lot of monsters because of searchability and all of the crap. I don't think that's fair. You can detach 1 material from this card. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase's turn. This motherfucker is 4,000 attack. You can still attack with this motherfucker. You can play multiple copies of this thing in a turn. That's not fair. Now, with that being said, you do have to get 2 level 8s on the field. The decks that makes use of this card doesn't make the deck that much better. Let's talk about Hieratic, Dark Matter, Hieratic, whatever the fuck. Now, just Hieratics in general has just been annoying as fuck. But they are a glass cannon. It is really easy to disrupt, interrupt, whatever their setup, meaning having an effect veil at the right time, etc., whatever the fuck. Now, Hieratics using this card, you simply just use the level 8 Hieratic fucker, all the Hieratics summon a thing, and you just be like, I'm going to summon this random Galaxy Eyes, I'm going to play Dark Matter on top of it, and I'm going to send some Dragon Ruler things. I mean, it's basically kind of sort of the same deck as it was before. It's just now you can play Dark Matter Dragon. It's more Dragon Shrine than anything, but it's like Dragon Shrine plus a card plus upside. Premium Pack 17 this card is in. We got cards from the last year's Premium Pack in the OCG, in the TCG in the form of Premium Gold, so we might be getting Dark Matter Dragon. What's going to happen when it's released? The same thing that happened with Hieratics. You saw Hieratics played. You saw them do okay. They're fast and explosive and whatever, but there is also that problem with your opponent just having the nuts, which against Hieratics or anything that doesn't have a whole lot of protection. Hopefully they didn't draw that wing beat, because that would be the suck. Hieratics go all in. When they can't go all in, their hand might be real bad. They might need a turn or something. And then that may be the turn where you'll just get the nuts, planners all over their face, and they won't be able to do what it is that they do. Dark Matter Dragon doesn't change this. It just basically says, well, I get to send Eclipse Wyvern, one of my Dragon Rulers, to kill you. But I don't feel like that was any different before this card. I think it's bullshit that you can summon multiple ones in a turn, you can control multiple ones, and this motherfucker can still attack. On top of punishing your opponent for playing no monster count. Even if they're not playing a low monster count, it's like, I have to banish him though? At least this is how I feel. So, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching. Can't stress that shit enough. Appreciate it. Before you go, I'd like to also ask you to click an advertisement because it's nigga. It takes literally seconds out your day and the money out of your pocket. If it was a hassle, I wouldn't ask you to do it. And it does help me pay my rent to live in this motherfucker. I'm grateful and appreciative you find some time to do it, even though it literally takes a few seconds. You're going to more likely see people play this, and they're probably going to get some wins in and whatnot, but I don't really think that this is going to be really... Actually, it might be part of the meta, kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit, maybe for a few weeks, because that's how Hieratics was with Dragon Ruler, Hieratics, whatever, and that's why Hieratics sealed the Ashes with some high, dumbass price for like a week. But then again, if it does become part of the meta, People just play Breakthrough Skill and Effect Veiler in their deck. I think one Effect Veiler just says no. At least that turn.